Well, hello folks, welcome along to the channel. I am the Custard Prophet and we're back here for a very important video. This is our first look video on Tennis Manager 2024. It's just been released today, 23rd of May, which is about the same time it was released last year, and we are going to be having a good look at it. We'll have a look at the new features, all a look around the game, what looks new, what doesn't look new, the stuff that I like, stuff that I don't like, all that sort of stuff. If you're wondering, well, do I know anything about this game series? Yes. Well, if you're interested in any Tennis Manager content, make sure you hit a subscribe on this channel, because we have Tennis Manager content all year. We still have a Tennis Manager 23 playthrough ongoing, and this will continue for a few months to come because I'm enjoying that. And we'll be doing a full playthrough of Tennis Manager 24. We'll also be doing guides, hints, tips and tricks videos, all sorts of things in the next few months as we go forward. So if any of that sounds interesting, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit a like on this video. Why not? Right, folks, let's dive in. Let's have a look. Well, immediately you can see some differences. Yes, it looks a very different experience getting here. You do have some music the first time you switch this on. Switch that off because it's irritating after about 5 seconds. There is a new format, the Fantasy Court format. I'm not going to have a look at that, but maybe I'll have a look at that in a future video. But that actually is a new feature, and that is a really cool feature. You can make your own tournament. Basically, you can generate your own tournament. You can have whoever you want against whoever you want, and play online tournaments against people, which I think sounds absolutely fantastic. So you can have, I think you can do the likes of, you could have, Roger Federer versus, John McEnroe. You can just make these players, which sounds pretty cool. You might well be able to download them as well. I really like the idea of that, and I want to have a little play with that at some point. We'll have a look, but not today. Today we're going to be diving into a new career. So this is the new career. It looks very similar to what we had previously. You can create a career. If you go in here, and we will be doing, as we do every year, a video on how to do the real name fix. I haven't checked whether it's out. It normally is out by now, but it's dead easy to do, and I'll show you how to do that in a video which will be released in the next couple of days. Right then, let's create a career. Let's get rid of these tutorials because that's annoying, and we'll create a career. So we have another completely different looking system. So we have different choices of difficulty. So easy, lower ranked players are not accessible in this difficulty mode. Average, so it's a good balance between an enjoyable game and management tension. Difficult, this, and you've been warned. Extreme. So we'll just go on to extreme. We'll see what this is about. In my mind, I'm not quite sure what this is, but it seems to suggest that it relates to the amount of players that are available to you. So you're basically starting at an easier point. I'm not sure whether it actually relates to the game being harder, but we'll see. Okay, we know we're going to make our player, and we've given him the great name Foxy Teabag. He's going to be an 18-year-old player from the UK. This is, oh no, he's not 18, because this is not our player. Sorry, I'm confusing that. This is our manager. So Foxy Teabag, the manager, he's going to be 42. He's going to be my age. I'm actually 43, but he's actually 43. So we'll make him this guy. There we go. And now you can actually import a photo. Never used to be able to do that before. Like that, good. I mean, that was something I did mention in the past. I'm really glad they've got that, so you can actually import a photo of yourself there. So there's Foxy Teabag, and then you can change him. You can make him a novice. So I mean, just to make it super hard. And what would we have? A technician. So he's pretty good technically, and you can sort of make this. Whatever you want. Nice little slider here. You can actually start out as the captain of your Davis Cup team, which I do like. So this is a nice idea, because I've never actually been asked to become Davis Cup captain. So there you go. You can do it straight away. So let's just click that on. we'll click that on and we'll go Davis Cup Junior Boys. That's what we've been asked. Right, so then we've got another option: managing an existing academy or create a new one. This had this option last time, and then you can create your own academy. You've got a bunch of different logos. The logos look infinitely better than they have before. This one I like the look of, and there we go. We've got the Windy Tennis Academy in the UK, and again, you can import your own. You can make your own logo and then import it, which is utterly cool, that is. So they really are upping the customizability of this game. That's something I'm seeing straight away. Right then, so one of the things I wanted was a start from zero option. Now this already existed, but it wasn't a real start from zero option. Unfortunately, what they've put in isn't a real start from zero option. It still have some stuff here. But it gives you an idea of what you're starting with and how much money you're making, or how many expenses you have to start with. So you can see immediately you're already losing money. You're losing about 10 grand a month. So you've got to try and find that from somewhere. I don't think there is a way around that initially. So to start like this with the start from zero is really hard. You almost want to start like something like that, just so you can offset this with a couple of infrastructure upgrades just to then push on. But when we do a game properly, our playthrough properly, that's what we're going to be doing. Starting from zero, and we're going to be having 10 grand. We've got 4-player free slots, and then we have got the option here of doing this. So we'll be a nationalist, of course, and this is kind of where we are. So then we can create a player, or you can manage an existing player. So there we go, Krusty Bun Jr. So we'll give him, he's a 15-year-old. We've got the option here to change these things. I like this, that there's a little bit of, so you can change his personality, and actually the personality that you pick will allow you to have a different sort of a different sort of scenarios will unfold. So, and it gives you a little idea of what it is. So demanding me offers a smaller share of revenue to sign a contract compared to the average player. That doesn't sound very demanding. Oh yes, no, yeah, he basically wants more. And then we can assess potential. Now, one of the things, someone actually mentioned this in a comment a little while ago, and I wasn't sure about this. So you can set potential like that. So we'll try this and I'll just see. So if we set the potential to the highest possible, we'll see what his potential actually is. And it's basically the people were saying that they set it to the highest and it was 3-star. So I don't know if there is some random aspects in there. Then you can set this up, which is kind of nice. We're not going to do all this, and then I'm going to build our Krusty Bun Junior, and I'm sure you know what he's going to look like. Right, there we go. I mean, he looks an absolute state. So you can change him into whatever you want, basically, which is pretty nice. So if you want, you can add another player, but we're going to launch our career. There we go. Foxy Teabag. I like the background. I think this all looks very good. And we've got some slightly different graphics. Here we go. So a little sort of news item here. Foxy Teabag becomes the new manager of Windy Tennis Academy, promising a new era, and new techniques for players. Krusty Bun is looking forward to it. So, looks very similar, doesn't it? What we've got here. This screen all looks the same. Let's have a little look around, because there is some differences to be found. Not in every place. So, for example, if you look here, you've got a very similar setup here, but they have kind of moved things around, made things a little bit easier to understand. Well, it's supposed to be easier. I don't know. So here you go. Yeah, his potential. So his potential is still quite low. Don't quite get that. So yeah, don't understand why the potential doesn't necessarily mirror what you say the potential is. Maybe there is some randomness to it. So we got that. We got the planning thing. I mean, it looks very, very similar to what we've had. The different bit is when we get into training. So training looks very, very different. I'm not a massive fan of this, in all honesty. There's a couple of things I don't like about what they've done here. Number one, I mean, I like this. I think it looks nicer, and actually what you can do here is you can edit it, but you have to press that button to edit it. Now, what I don't like about that is if I then want to go into reports to see, well, I can't remember what are we trying to train up, you know, is it the serve, is it something else, then you'll see we come back here and we've got to press the button again. So it's a small thing, but it's annoying. I don't understand why they've done that. But what you can see here is there are all of the training things that we were done before. It's set up slightly differently. I'll be honest, I don't know quite what each of these things is, what these all stand for, more, sur, and GP. I imagine it's pretty damn obvious, but I can't think what it might be. This, I understand, is the amount of effort it's going to take out of you. So this is like heavy training, this is light training, and this is kind of medium, isn't it? But you can see what you will notice when we scroll through things here is that all of the training, and I don't know whether this is a mistake, but all of the training is available. And that is because, and I hate this, I really don't like it, and I'm sorry about that. The way it used to work was that the training was linked into the Academy infrastructure. So you needed to actually build certain bits of infrastructure to access certain types of training. So for example, you needed to put in the running track to be able to access sprinting. But here, that's not the case. Sprinting is already available. So there is no real incentive to get some of these infrastructure things. I don't know why they've done that. I really liked that dynamic. It kind of meant it was another layer of thinking that you had to do, and you had to think, well, yeah, this is expensive, this bit of the infrastructure is expensive, but you know, it will get us this training, and this is an area of training that we do need to work on. So yeah, I'm frustrated with that. I don't think that was necessary. I don't think they needed to do that at all. But you know, it is what it is. They've changed that. Yeah, well, I'm sure it will be fine. So I think training has been upgraded, it's been altered, and I have done a training video in the past, but it looks like I'm probably going to have to do another one to try and get to grips with this new approach, because there are some things, other things that you can put in there. So you can change what the type of training that you're using, and I think this is pretty cool because there's a lot more of these programs available, and here in this tab you can actually decide when the programs are likely to be used. So do you use it the week before the tournament, do you use it just standard, those sort of things. So it's kind of nice. So there is more customizability of actually designing your training program and making it more automated, rather than doing what I tend to do, which is kind of very much sort of micromanaging the training. But I suppose if you've got multiple people in your academy, you might not want to be micromanaging every single training session, and actually using this approach might be quite a good one. So, okay, so we've had some improvements in training. Also can actually choose the surface that you're using as well. Here we go. Now I know what these are. Form is, so it can tell you, it increases form, increases morale, master of game plans, surface mastery, all those things. So interesting. Shape has actually gone. That was massively overpowered. So it'll be interesting to see how these new things, whether they're any different. Physical condition was always the same. Morale, was that always the same? I think it was. I think it's changed to form. So the training actually tells you which of these is going to boost some of these things. So that's kind of cool. The other thing I did want to point out in this training menu is this thing here, the medical reports. This is new, and you can see here you get information around the around Krusty Bun Jr.'s medical report. So every time you get injured, you'll get some information there, and you can do stuff there. So I think that's pretty nice. So there's a slight change in the setup here, and this is a little bit hard to find. I was looking for the staff and it took me ages, but you can see here when we're looking in the academy, the sports centre actually has the staff within that, but you can see here the setup, it looks a bit different, but the idea is the same. I think everything in terms of what the costs and things is looking very similar, and the one thing that's missing is the training upgrades. I think everything else is still there. So you've still got the sports centre, medical centre, youth centre and business centre. I think we've perhaps got a few more levels in some of these. You'll have to let me know if you don't think that's the case, but we've still got this sort of whole system where we don't really know how much money we're getting back, which isn't great either. So scouting looks very, very similar, which is disappointing. I was hoping they would upgrade the scouting. It seems like the majority of stuff has gone into those training increases and also the stuff around medical, the medical stuff, and also just the general look of the game, which does look really, really nice. So I think there's definitely another improvement in the UI. You've got these kind of overview screens, which I think looks a better overview screen than the one we've had previously. So all in all, I think it looks pretty good. So press conferences look very, very similar. Still getting the questions from these folks. CCB tennis, is that the kids? So Krusty Bodden Jr. happy with the answers I've been given. So we're not going to do anything there. And what I'm going to do is let's just go and plan for Krusty's upcoming tournament. So we'll go in the first one there. And we'll just do a couple. We're not worrying too much about this. This is not going to be my main save. I'm going to sort of sort this out, and we'll come back for that. So let's go forward and I will show you a little bit of gameplay. Here we go, sports goals. So we can do that. Again, very, very similar to what we've had previously. You get these updates here. You can see he's got a little upgrade there. So all that's good. And you can see you get the same sort of information. So I don't see huge changes in all honesty. I think I certainly see some changes in the training. I'm told there's some changes. There are some additional. This is something that's one area that there has been an overhaul a little bit is in the attributes. So you'll see here, if you can see behind my head, things like serve consistency, forehand consistency, backhand consistency are new, and they've taken away forehand power and spin and just replaced it by forehand and forehand consistency. So we've got also top spin and underspin, control and timing. So we've got some new attributes to think about, which is kind of cool. I think on the other side of things, I think it looks like there's been a few reductions in attributes. I think there's less attributes than there was in terms of the physical and the mental, but there is a special attribute which is double play. So I think the only place you can actually play doubles still is in the Davis Cup. So here we are. We've got a thing from Swoosh. We get just over £1,000 if we sign up. We need to play in 20 tournaments to get £31,000 and get a 50 plus ranking to get another £2,000 within that. So that's pretty good. So you can see here as well, we've actually got travelling now that's put on the on your training plan. So you can't obviously train when you're on the plane. So let's go and have let's go into our first tournament and we'll have a look at what that looks like. Okay, so here we go. Very similar looking screen here. I think there have been some improvements in within the gameplay itself. So that's going to be good. We're going to be playing Yasin Ahmedwa, who is ranked 395th. We're 515th at the minute. We've still got this sort of information here. Strategic changes here. I did kind of suggest when I was reading through things that there was some differences in here, but I'll be honest, I didn't see that. So we're going to go with a defensive baseline play because that's what we've trained. And of course, what we will do is we're going to serve wide more often. There we go. I don't see anything new here, but let me know if you see something as well. Forehand, I suppose, yeah, forehand down the line. This is something I might, not sure. But yeah, I don't know. I think everything looks pretty similar. Looks like we've got similar sort of things going here. I think there are 6 options now rather than 5, which there used to be. So it's still the same sort of thing. So I was planning to do a whole kind of thing on managing your mental state, and so I still plan to do that, but it's just been kind of pushed to after the release of this game. So let's have a look. You can see he's very green, and that guy, lovely hit there. So I'm not sure whether I think there's some new animations. Oh, just over. Right, so if we go forward. Okay, break point here on young Krusty's serve. Come on. Am I seeing anything new? That looks better. That does look better. Nice little drop shot. 4-3 up. Fifth, got an advantage. The Egyptian has an advantage. Oh, that's a lovely bit of play. I don't know, maybe I am seeing a little bit more. I'm not sure. Let me know what you think. In terms of the animations, is it looking smoother? What do you reckon? I think we might have some additional options here. So we might have a little look at it from this angle. Into the net. Well, there we go. Well, it's a tie break, and Krusty actually has a set point here. Straight into that. Krusty gets a break in the first. He wins the first set. Right, let's see if we can get the second set, and then we will finish it off there. Right, let's congratulate. We've upped his confidence. So maybe. Oh, emotion, angry. Is that on the list? I'm not sure. Right, 1540. Right, folks. What we're going to do, I think, is we're going to go ahead to the end of this game. We'll see how Krusty's got on, and then we're going to leave it there. And I want your opinions on what you think about this game. Whether you think it's that there's enough improvement here to warrant spending the money, because it's not a cheap game. It's about 30 quid. Right, see you in a bit. Well, here we go. We're right at the end. And when in the end, it's gone to 3 sets, and Krusty here has his match point against this higher seed. He's come in. Oh, he just misses, just wide of the line. Advantage here. Second match point for Krusty. Double fault though. Third match point. Come on, got to get this one in. Dear me, wild. There's a 4th match point. What can he do? Goes with a drop shot and wins it with a drop shot. And there we go. Krusty with his dodgy tash, looking just like his dad. And have we got exactly this? They've left exactly the same. Could they not have improved that? How hard would that have been? Okay, folks. So looking at what they've done, obviously the game in itself it's a great game. they were already starting with a very, very good game. How do you improve that? Well, they've tried to do it in a number of areas. It's kind of hard to see in lots of the places what they've done. The UI looks like it's been upgraded, looks different. That looks nice. They've made changes to training. Don't necessarily like all of those, and made changes to the infrastructure, and I don't like the changes that they've made there either. Sorry. I think the addition of the medical centre is going to be good. Remains to be seen how those that kind of all works together. I would have liked to see changes to scouting, and also a first kind of and also a starting from scratch option where you really are starting from scratch. Excited about the option where you can have when you can create your own tournaments and things like that. I think that's a really nice addition. But obviously it doesn't affect your game, and there's lots more options when you're setting up the game as well. Lots of buttons and toggles to click just to make it a little bit different. So there's it's certainly upgraded. I don't think it's massively different though from Tennis Manager 23, and actually I think in some places it's not as good. That's my opinion at this stage. I'm still going to enjoy playing it, and I hope you're going to enjoy watching it. If you have enjoyed the video, if you enjoy this game, then please hit a like on the video. Subscribe if you're new. Make sure you stick around to watch all the Tennis Manager content. If you're new to the channel and you're interested in supporting the content that I do, then you can hit the channel join button below. There's lots of tiers that you can join at, and you get some nice special things, including a little shout out at the end of all the videos. So if you like the idea of any of that, go and do that. If you don't, it's great. Well, thank you for watching anyway. All right, I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.